Welcome to the Practically Imperfect podcast. I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Orson.
Orson, how was your week?
You know, my week was great. We celebrated your birthday.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, maybe you should stop and then.
Whoa, I'm all lightheaded now. Oh my goodness. Okay.
So, like Orson said.
That didn't go as quite as planned, but it was worth a shot.
Yeah. So as Orson said, this week was my birthday, hence why we were sucking helium out of the balloons he got me, which are, if you're watching the YouTube, displayed behind me. They're a bunch of cute hearts and 25 because that's how old I am now.
How does it feel to be 25?
Honestly, because I love my birthday so much and I look forward to it. Just mostly because I just love October. Like, it's just, like, an exciting month for me. And things just, like, October is always so busy. And then it's the holidays. So I just enjoy, I just look forward to this time of year. So, and my birthday comes along with that. So, honestly, I always, like, say, oh, I'm 25, like, whatever I'm turning in like June, because that's how much I'm like looking forward. Like June, July, I'm like, oh, I'm 25.
It's because I feel like you go through these phases as you pass your birthday, and it's the next year, and we're starting to approach it again. Like we're getting into the summer. You're like, I can't believe I'm gonna be 25.
That's
and
true.
It's like you just start complaining about it and complaining and it's just like, and then when your birthday actually comes around, you're much more excited. And you're like, guys, this is what we're doing. You better get me this.
Oh my gosh.
And like, we're watching this movie and this is what we're eating. And then you like get really demanding. And it's just like, okay, Lindsay, thank you.
You have something in your teeth right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah. Just thought I'd let you know. But yeah, now that you said that out loud, that is 100% true. That's how I am.
Is it gone?
Yeah, it's pretty much gone.
Pretty much?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I don't think you'd be able to, like, I can barely see it.
Oh, okay. Well.
But yeah, so my birthday was very interesting this year. A lot of weird stuff happened, but we're gonna get.
Excuse me.
Oh my gosh!
I just burped.
Sorry if we're seeming kind of low energy. This weekend was just like a lot, and we are so tired.
It's been tiring in the best possible way.
Yeah, like we normally just stay home, chill, do nothing. So when we actually go outside and do like activities, it just weighs on us, especially with having a baby. It's just an extra planning of like, oh, we need to make sure we pack this in our bag and make sure she has her snacks and her bottles and her formula, and it's just more like a mentally draining, in my opinion, to like leave the house because so many things can happen with her. Like, you just never know. So going out now is just, it's very mentally draining.
I mean, it just takes practice. I mean, I really feel like it won't be that mentally draining as we get better at it. I mean, she does the same thing every time, right? When we tend to go out, it always is like right before her bedtime. She starts to get fussy and just kind of tired and over doing whatever she's doing, whether she's out and about or at home.
Yeah.
And so it's the same thing. It's just more so just because we're out and about, it's more, oh my gosh, we don't want her to start crying or anything like that because we don't want to ruin anyone else's evening by crying baby. And so it's just, we're a lot more in our heads about the whole thing. Whereas if she was at home, it's a little bit less stressful just because if she cries, it's just us and we know she's tired. It's just, I think the more we do it, the better we'll get at it, though, and it won't be such a.
Yeah, I definitely think that like we try and plan it out like with her normal schedule, and this weekend it was kind of out the window. So I think that's why it was just a little bit extra like stressful for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm just like, okay, this weekend is over. We can chill. And yeah, anyway, it's been crazy. So
And this
we're going to
next
get into
weekend is
it.
going to be crazy too.
Is it?
Well, I mean, it's going to be our anniversary weekend, the
Yeah.
next weekend, and
But we're not going to bring her anywhere. We're just going to go on a date.
well, I mean, I might be going up. It sounds like I might be going up north to Salt Lake towards
That's
the end of the
true.
week, and you might come with me. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of amazing and fun things are happening, and
It's
it's
just
like
October.
yeah, every year,
October
like
is
October going
insane.
into the holidays is always, always crazy for us.
It started off, well, it's always been crazy because Orson, probably our first, 3 years of marriage, October, you were still filming weddings like all the time. And October is just such a popular time to get married, especially where we live because it's so dang hot. And so usually you're booked every Saturday, sometimes Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like October is just always so busy. But now that you're kind of stepping back from weddings a little bit more, it's still my birthday, our anniversary. I mean, does Halloween count? I don't know. We don't really care about Halloween, and so many other people's birthdays in our family, extended family, are in October. Like, so my cousins are very close to us, so their kids are kind of like my nieces and nephews, but they technically aren't because they're my cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the, let's see, how many kids are there? Six of the kids. I think 3 out of the 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 out of the 6. So half of them, their birthdays are in October. So we've already had 2 birthday parties, and there's one coming up. Like, October is just crazy, and then also right after, on November 1st, is when we leave on a plane for our vacation on our cruise. So I'm just a little bit like overwhelmed, if I'm being quite honest at the moment. And I'm sorry if I'm giving off that energy, but I'm sure talking it out will help me once we get there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity to remember too, kind of what we learn in therapy as well. Why do you roll your eyes with that?
I don't know. So what he's talking about is when we last went to therapy, we were just talking about like what's coming up and how we were talking about this cruise that's coming up and how we're going to fly there with Scarlett and my family, and how planes already just stress me out because I don't fly often, and we're flying Spirit Airlines this time around, and so it's just a cheapo. I mean,
We're
it's
not
just a
paying
cheap.
for it.
Oh, I know.
Like,
I'm just saying, like, it's a cheaper airline, which doesn't matter, but I just feel like I feel safer when everything around me is a little bit less ghetto, even though they go through the same protocols and, like, it's the same thing. It's just cheaper. I don't know. Anyway, so we were telling our therapist that I was just really stressed out about it, and every time my family's like, oh, because right now we leave in 13 days. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, less than 2 weeks away. We're going to be on our cruise. And honestly, the closer it gets, the less excited, the more stressed out I am. So that's what we were telling our therapist. And our therapist was just kind of telling us how anxiety and being stressed is a choice, and how I can choose to feel calm about certain things. And I don't know, that's just gonna be hard for me. But I'm sure everything will be okay. It's just right now I'm just feeling stressed out.
well, and to that point, though, like these are the moments, though. Like, this is what it feels like to try and choose calm over anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And like that whole choice thing, like one thing that he told us that we can try is to write like anxious or calm on the inside of our wrists. And so we'll probably just, I mean, when we were talking about it in therapy, you're like all for it,
I'm still gonna try it.
And then I feel like the more we get closer to it, like you start rolling your eyes and you're just like you're not believing in it anymore, and you're not.
I'm definitely gonna try my best. I'm going to, and I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna write on my wrists, calm and anxious, or probably I'll do a C and an A.
Yeah,
so I can just remind myself. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try.
But there's also like that
but
technique.
I'm not gonna suppress my feelings of.
It's not about suppressing your feelings.
Right now,
it's about
in this moment.
It's not about suppressing your feelings. I think it's more about like letting yourself feel it, observing those thoughts, anxious thoughts, and then consciously saying, "Hey, I don't want to put any energy behind those thoughts. I want to feel calm." Like if you truly want to feel calm, then you observe, like you're looking at it as if you're watching yourself play a sport or something. It's like you're observing yourself, right? You're watching film on you as these thoughts are happening, and you're saying, okay, I don't want to experience that. Let me choose thoughts that are more calming. And that's where the rest thing comes in. You look at your rest and you're like, okay, I know I can choose. This is a choice. I can choose calm. And it's just, it's going to be hard, and you honestly might not really feel any much of a difference, but there is a difference happening just by noticing and becoming aware of those thoughts is a huge win, and something that the majority of people don't even do is really becoming aware of those thoughts that they don't want to experience and trying to choose. Like the fact that you're even trying to choose something different is massive.
Yeah.
And I think should be really what is that word? Like
applause.
Applaud.
Applaud. Yeah.
Yes, applauded or applaud, whatever that word. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Because that's hard.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I'm not saying our therapist says that anxiety in general is a choice, because obviously, but in my case, I don't feel anxious every single day to go to, like, I'm not, what?
Well, the whole thing about anxiety is not a choice. It's just an interesting
Well, I'm sure he diagnoses patients who have anxiety and like prescribe them medication. Like, I'm sure.
But why does someone have anxiety in the first place?
I don't know. I have no idea, but I think he knows that in my case, I don't suffer from raging anxiety every single day. I can't leave the house. Like,
Yes,
obviously everyone has anxious moments. Like, there's definitely some things where I'm like, okay, this isn't normal. This is like a weird anxious thing. But I feel like with planes and traveling with the baby is a normal stressful situation, and I think he was telling me that you can definitely control your emotions in that case. So that's all.
Can I just share my thoughts about the anxiety being a choice?
Okay.
So like here. Do you think people can be born anxious?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so if we can't be born, I mean, I will say this. I do think there are certain genes and proteins and stuff that are passed down from our parents or from like our parents, like their experiences and stuff, and a lot of things can be passed down generation to generation. But I think the majority, like everybody is born into this world, and it's like, okay, we're a baby, we're starting fresh, and we have an opportunity to view this world and make our own assumptions about it. So we experience something, and from that experience we attach a meaning to that experience, and if that meaning is something that is bad, or if we experience something, our parents are typically someone to say, oh my gosh, like that's so scary, this is like a heightened situation and stressful situation, then we're more likely to attach that meaning of stress and anxiety to that experience. And so it's we start to become, that stressful feeling and anxiety feeling starts to become normalized in our life, because it's just what we are continually practicing every single day, as far as it becoming more normal in our mind. Are you following where I'm going with this?
Yes, I did just look up, are you born with anxiety? And Google told me, yes, some people are born with a genetic predisposition to anxiety, but it's not the only factor. So
I believe that, but I also think it. I think it can
guess
also
the answer
be.
is yes.
I think it also be overcome because that anxiety gene, for example, like it's saying, that comes from something. Like if you believe in a higher power, like God, for example, God is not going to give you anxiety.
Yeah.
From the get-go, it's going to be something that you learn from your experiences in this world, based off of the meaning that you attach to the experiences. And so it's like the whole thing of anxiety is not a choice. I mean, I understand that that anxiety is a real thing, and I don't want to be, I don't want to not be compassionate, because I know it's a struggle for a lot of people, but at the same time, I think there's also a lot of tools and things that we can do to learn how to kind of reverse those anxious thoughts and start to try to choose something different. And I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but there's proven scientific work that has shown that, like, these meditations and stuff that I've done, started doing a year ago.
Some people need to be like medicated.
That could be the case.
So,
but like, if, for example, if you can get clear on if you're like, oh my gosh, I want to feel calm, you that thought in and of itself is proof that can be a reality.
What the heck is wrong with Stella?
I don't know.
Sorry, our dog is outside and she normally is just chilling, but
Do you want to open the door for her real quick?
Okay.
I took her out before we started.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll wrap this thought up because I know it's getting long-winded. But I just the way that I look at it is anxiety is something that is developed over time based off of continuous repetition. And if that's the case, what if we just practice repeating thoughts that emulate the calm that we want to experience? And I think the first step is just becoming aware of those anxious thoughts that you don't want to have, and then just trying to do something different. And in your defense with the whole people need to be medicated and stuff, and there are some people that I think would need that and benefit. Some people need that little extra help to help combat those negative thoughts and help combat those things. And I think if that's what you need, that's great. We all start somewhere, right? But okay, yeah, I'll stop there because I feel like I can go on and on about certain things.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for your thoughts about that. But anyway, so let's get into this weekend on why I'm feeling kind of just overwhelmed and stressed out. So, okay. So I was really looking forward to my birthday because I love a whole day about me, and that's all. Presents are fun. I like choosing where we're going to eat. Like, I love it all. So my birthday is October 17th. 1999, and so this year it fell on a Thursday. So I feel like we kind of had like an extra long weekend because I took the day off from work because I normally work on Thursdays. Orson usually works from home on Thursdays, so he was pretty open and available to do certain things. So we were both home, which was amazing. And then Friday, me and Orson were going to go on a date, just us two, for my birthday. And then today, which is Saturday, was just packed full of activities, which were, we were going to lunch with a lifelong friend. She is having a baby, and we are unable to make it to her baby shower because we are going to be on our cruise. So we just decided to... my whole family decided to go to lunch with her and her family. So it was like a big group of us. There was 14 of us, to go to a restaurant and bring presents. So it was like a mini baby shower. And then right after that, we went to my cousin's son's birthday party. He's turning 3. So that it was just a back-to-back thing, and then we were finally able to go
Bryson
home.
is only 3?
Yeah. He's big.
Wow. I thought he was older for some reason.
No.
He was like 5.
No. You thought he doesn't look 5. That's when you're like going into kindergarten. Like he's not.
Yes, that's true. Man, my age odometer is way off. All right. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. So that was our agenda for the week. So on Thursday, all I really wanted, I wanted it to be chill. I just wanted to do like an activity during the day with me, Orson, and Scarlett, because it doesn't really happen, which is also like a sad thought that I thought about this week, is how she only gets both of us. Scarlett only gets both of us on weekends, and that barely even happens. Like we don't do anything fun sometimes, because there's either something that's going on, or we're doing errands. So we just don't, I feel like we just don't get to do a lot of fun things. And that just makes me sad that I just had the thought of like, okay, Monday she's with me, Tuesday she's with you. Like it's just, she only gets like one of us most of the time. And I don't know what my mood is, but anyway.
I mean, I get it. But on the flip side of it, I would also say like I'm grateful that she gets any of us.
Yeah, that's true.
There are a lot of people out there that have to put their kids into daycare and stuff like that, even if they don't want to.
Yeah.
Like obviously a perfect world. I would love for us to both. She would have both of us every single day.
I know that's not very realistic, is it?
I mean, it will be our real life soon enough, but.
I know, but someone's always like busy even if both parents like work from home, you're always like busy.
Well, it's true, and like the person that I am, I want to work on things I'm passionate. So like it'll always be like that, but we'll create a life to where we can be and like have vacations and things where we spend time with our kids and they have our undivided attention. Yeah.
So that's what I wanted. So on Thursday, so Scarlett really loves books. She lights up every time we read to her. It is so cute. Like as soon as we open the book and start reading, she just gets this biggest smile and is smiling throughout the whole book. So it's awesome. So I wanted to go to the mall because they have Barnes and Nobles, and they have a really cute kids section. So that's honestly all I wanted. I wanted to go to Barnes and Noble, have Chick-fil-A for lunch, and go to a pasta restaurant. Well, okay, I didn't actually want to go to a pasta restaurant because Scarlett and restaurants, dinner time is just not very fun because she's fussy during the night because she goes to bed at 7 p.m. So, like, we would have to eat super early.
It's, okay, well, I'm just picturing what that evening was like in my head. Mm-hmm. And I feel like part of the reason you feel like it's not fun is because you're also like really worried about the fact that I was like feeding her breadsticks and you're getting stressed out about that, and it's just like you're always on edge about that stuff.
We'll get there.
It hinders you having a good time.
It's not horrible because she's still a really good baby, and she just gets fussy, and I don't know. It's not that bad, but it's not that fun either. So I wanted to do like a catering. What?
Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
I wanted to just do like a catering situation. I didn't think it'd be that expensive because it's pasta. But my mom called me that day and she was like, "Hey, I tried to order what you wanted, but it's literally 60 or 70. I think it was 68. So almost $70 for one pan of pasta. And for my family, we would need 2. And then everybody wouldn't order exactly what they wanted. So pretty much it was more expensive than we had thought. So my mom was like, we can either do to-go orders for everybody or just go to the actual restaurant. She was kind of pushing me, not gonna lie, it'll just be easier just to all go to the restaurant. Because with to-go orders, we live kind of far from town, like 20 minutes. So someone would have to go and get we would have to get everyone's orders in, go and grab the food, and then drive 20 minutes home. Like everyone's food would be cold. So I just didn't want to deal with the hassle and the possible complaining that there could have been from my family of like, my pasta's cold. This is a crappy dinner. Like, that just sucks. So I just was like, let's just go to the restaurant. But we have to go early because her bedtime is normally at 7 o'clock. So I was like 5:30 at the latest. Well, before we even get there, so let me just start with what my day was. So I woke up and Orson had made me breakfast, which was pancakes and eggs, which was so delicious with buttermilk syrup. If you haven't had that before, it is so good.
You can literally just look up grandma's buttermilk syrup.
Yeah, it's delicious.
It's literally like 4 ingredients.
Well, it's a lot of butter and a lot of sugar, so that's why it's really good.
Buttermilk, sugar, butter, vanilla extract flavor, vanilla flavor, and then
baking soda.
So, yeah. Sorry, 5 ingredients.
Yeah. And I already knew. So I'm also the type of person that gets really full fast, and it will last me a long time. Like, if I eat one big meal, like that's what happened today. I had one big meal today, and I am just not hungry the rest of the day. So since I was like, okay, I want to have pancakes for breakfast, Chick-fil-A for lunch, and eating pasta for dinner, I'm going to need to like not eat very much, because honestly, I was like, if I eat my normal, like if I have 2 pancakes and 2 eggs, I'm probably not going to be very hungry for lunch. And that's not very fun to just eat to eat when you're not even hungry, you know? So I was like, hey, I'm only going to eat 1 pancake and 1 egg. So it was still like I still enjoyed it, but I wasn't very full, but that's what I wanted. So we ate that and we went to Barnes & Noble. It was super fun. So by the time where lunch came around, it was also kind of a later lunch. It was like 1:30 or 2. I think, no, it was 2 o'clock. And I was like, frick. I want to eat Chick-fil-A. It's 2 o'clock and I'm supposed to eat pasta and breadsticks at 5:30. This is just, I'm already kind of like, this is going to be a little risky, but I do like pasta and breadsticks leftover. So I was like, okay, worst comes to worst. I don't eat very much at the restaurant, but I could always eat it for leftovers. So I was fine with it. So I go to Chick-fil-A. I order, this is my Chick-fil-A order for those of you who want to know. It's a 3-count chicken strip meal with medium fries and a root beer. That's like what I normally get. But since it was my birthday, I was like, I'm also going to get a side of the mac and cheese to be like fancier. And when we got home to eat it, I ate every single bite, which normally I don't, but since I had only had 1 pancake in the morning, I was like hungrier than normal. So I was like, this might be bad, but whatever. I was hungry. I enjoyed it. Let's just leave it at that. And you guys, I haven't told anybody this because
it was so weird. Like,
it was so weird. And I didn't tell anybody because for my birthday, I wanted the vibes to be fun and chill. I did not want any negative, weird attention on me. I mean, it was my birthday. I wanted attention on me, but not in this way. I'm just not a party pooper at all. Like, I will literally die in silence until I like ruin the vibes of like a good time. For real. I don't know why.
Wow. Okay.
I know. I don't know. So not even 15 minutes later, it was probably 10 minutes later, I go on the couch.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, okay. You're setting the scene.
Yes. Right. I go on the couch to start a show with Orson, and we didn't even make it through the show. My tummy was rumbling. I was like, ooh, I'm going to need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I know. This is TMI, by the way, but like this is just what happened on my birthday. So I go to the bathroom, and my stomach is hurting so bad, you guys. Like, you guys know, like, when your tummy is rumbling and you have to go number 2, it just does not feel good. Honestly, that kind of pain is more uncomfortable, in my opinion, than contractions and giving birth. Because I had an epidural, but I'm just, because I can't get an epidural to save me, I'm just having to live with it. That's my truth.
So I'm sure. So you're saying if you didn't have an epidural, you would?
Oh yes, yeah, it would be worse. But just because I can't do anything about it, and it just feels so crappy. So no pun intended. So I'm on the toilet for a while, for like 20 minutes. I'm moaning and groaning. I'm just.
She texts me. She's like, Oh, I'm dying.
I did text Orson because I just was not doing good. And then I believe, because you also know,
Well,
like if you're on the toilet for that long, there's like phases. Like you think you're good, you go, and then it comes again, and you have to go back in the toilet.
Yeah, and like,
so that was me.
And I'm sitting on the couch, and you're just like,
Okay, stop. You don't need to. I just can't say moaning and groaning, okay?
I was just like, oh dear, I hope she's okay.
Yeah, I wasn't.
It gets worse.
It gets worse. So I'm on the toilet, and then I think I'm good. So I lay back down on the couch. Again, a couple minutes later, I was like, oh man, I'm going to have to go back. So I think it was the second time around where I still keep going number 2. And then I'm still feeling these pains, but nothing else is coming out of the back end of me. So I was like, I'm gonna throw up right now. So I grabbed the trash can while I'm on the toilet, and I'm also puking Chick-fil-A. It's all coming out. The mac and cheese, the chicken, the fries, like it's all coming out. So I am on my birthday on the toilet, puking, shizzing, all of it. And that's when Orson heard me throw up, that's when he came to the door and was like, what do you need? Are you okay? And I was like, I'm not okay. But honestly, after that, I was like, okay, I feel a lot better. After the throwing up, I felt better. But it was still very unfortunate.
You came back like a whole new person.
Oh, thank you.
You're like, oh, I'm okay. I'm good.
Yeah, so that was probably an hour of that, because
it was like boom.
Yeah.
You ate, and then all of a sudden,
I don't know what it was.
In my head, I told her, I was like, I think God was just watching out for you. She was like, I want her to be able to enjoy her birthday. And it's like, I want to, like, this is not going to be.
That's not enjoying my birthday. Yeah, but
it would be worse if it was a different kind of food poisoning, and just 3 hours later, you're just like, oh. Yes. And like, that would be worse.
Yes. And it was a pretty one and done pretty much situation.
I mean, I think that's where he was looking out for you. He's like,
okay.
I got you.
So sweet. Or I could have just not had that at all.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So then it was, let's see. So we get back home at 2:00. I eat 2:30. So it was probably like 3:30 or 4:00 at this point. And Scarlett usually wakes up from her nap around 4:30. So we decided to take a nap together because we were really tired. The Chick-fil-A also did something to you. It just made you really sleepy.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't really get sleepy that much, but like this week for some reason,
right?
I've just
something's in this week. We've both been sluggish.
I've just had to like I don't really ever take naps, but I had to take 2 naps this week.
Yes, so we took like an hour power nap before. Honestly, we could have kept sleeping if Scarlett hadn't woken us up. And by that point, it was already time to head over to the pasta restaurant. I didn't want to eat, even though I felt better. I was just like, I would just rather not. Yeah. But I don't want to be rude because everyone's planning around, everyone meaning my immediate family. Because that's what we do on our birthdays. We all go out to dinner of that person's choice. So we go, and I just, like I said, I didn't want to cancel because I didn't want to be a party pooper for my birthday. Mm-hmm. I didn't want everyone's plans to be ruined because I was hyping this up, you guys. I was like, we're going to go eat here. We're going to play games. We're going to watch this movie. It's going to be so fun. Like, I just didn't want to ruin that. So we go to the pasta restaurant. I feel fine, but I'm just like not feeling well.
And then as far as my stomach was hurting because of
Chick-fil-A.
And since I have Crohn's, like I've been eating the same thing a lot recently. And then on your birthday we switched it up, and so like both of us were tired. My stomach was hurting. I was like, I wanted to eat, but I was like, I don't know if I should either. So both of us were kind of just, man.
Yeah, we just were not doing well. So we sit down. Scarlett is in a good mood because it was still pretty early. She doesn't start to get like fussy until like 6:30. So we had like a good hour until it wasn't going to be good for us. So
It wasn't going to be good for us.
yeah.
She did great.
She did pretty. Yeah, she did
She
good.
was awesome.
But okay, it takes a lot of energy out of you. Like when you're stressed out and can't calm down. I feel like when you're finally like in the car heading home, it takes a while to decompress for me.
Yeah, and
so here's what was stressing me out. So Scarlett, she's been eating, we've been giving her food since probably like 7 months, so it's been a couple months by now, but I just feel a lot better feeding her like crackers that dissolve or a fruit pouch or something that's soft. It's when she's chewing on something that, or she's trying to eat something that takes like chewing, like a breadstick, like bread, it's like sticky almost, like I just get really overwhelmed. And I just, because I don't want her to choke. That's what it is.
So it's like you're that way, and then from my point of view, I'm thinking it's okay if she is gagging and like coughing on something. In my head, I'm like, okay, she needs to learn how to overcome that. And so when I'm home with her, I purposefully will give her different types of food. Like last week or this week, I gave her a peach.
Yeah.
Gave her some slices of peach. She was eating it. And there was a few times where she would like start to gag and cough a little bit. And I was sitting right there with her. And sometimes I'd pat her back a little bit, but she was coughing, which means there was air going through. Like I was right there just in case something bad happened. But from my perspective, I'm wanting to put her and myself in more of those types of situations because of the fact she learns. I also learned to manage my own stress levels and to not try to help her with every little thing and let her learn for herself, because that's really important too. So it's like she's feeling that way and I'm feeling the way that I am. And so it's like we go to these dinners and I'm calm, Lindsay's stressed out, and it's just like it's all this
a cloud over us.
It's not. I mean, I guess I think it's more so a cloud over you, and it's more so like I'm trying to blow away that cloud.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, it's okay. We can choose to be calm right now.
And if you're not a parent and thinking Orson's crazy, I would think so too. That's actually what you're supposed to do. Is you're supposed to let them figure it out, and they can figure it out. That's what the method is.
Choking is scary though. Like there's no doubt about that. Like that's scary. But only thinking about that potential outcome is not doing anyone any good.
I don't know. I can't help it. So she was, I think it's because she loves food so much that she takes ginormous bites. And
a lot of babies do that. They don't really know how to take little bites. They're just like,
yeah, she was shoving the whole breadstick in her mouth, and I just could not handle it. So
she loves those breadsticks, man.
I know she does.
That's pretty cute.
So it's cute, but then at the back of my head, I'm like, just always on edge.
And there's that cloud that's hanging over you.
I know.
And I'm just like,
so it just takes a lot of energy.
I'm trying to blow the cloud away.
So we get our food. I take a couple bites. Orson, I don't think, took one bite.
I tried, but I was like, my stomach was just rumbling.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt necessarily. It just, I get bloated.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I just need to let this subside, and then I can eat more.
Yeah. So my parents understood, especially because Orson's stomach hurts. Like that's a good, like,
it's a common thing.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, Orson's stomach hurts, but he's gonna take this to go, and you ate it the next day for lunch, so it's totally
and it was
fine.
great.
Yeah,
I loved it.
So we just took our meal to go for the most part. Oh, and also for dessert, I wanted pizookies, which are cookie pizzas.
Yeah. So like we have those like little dishes.
Yeah. And you put cookie dough in it. And
then you put it in the oven. And then
it's kind of doughy.
Not fully cooked.
Yes, with the ice cream. Oh, it's so good. So I wanted to put a lot of crap in my stomach, which just wasn't a good idea. And I just didn't think it all the way through. So by the end, Scarlett was done. It was, about 6:30, 6:45 when everyone was all said and done. We get in the car, and she hates the car seat, especially when she's not in a good mood. It really just depends on her mood, because, like, today she fell asleep in the car seat. It was just fine. But she was screaming the whole 20 minutes home, which...
She wasn't like... She was
crying. She was crying the whole way.
She doesn't really scream. Like,
no, she doesn't.
She
was
like,
crying.
Yeah, it's more of like a whine. And it's just like, I'm annoyed. I really don't want to be here now.
A whine cry. There was tears. So she was crying the whole way, which, again, being stressed out from her taking huge bites of breadsticks to getting in the car and just her whining and crying. I just could not calm down, like I was saying. So I was, again, just on edge. So we get to my mom's house, and that's when we were going to sing happy birthday, get the desserts, and then watch the movie that I wanted to watch. But Scarlett had to go to bed because she was so cranky, and that was my plan, is so I can have an uninterrupted, like, movie night with my family, because that hasn't happened in such a long time. So Orson very kindly put Scarlett to bed, and then we ate our desserts. I wanted to eat. I was actually trying to eat that because those are so dang good, and I only had like a couple bites.
Really? You didn't eat the whole thing?
No, I never really eat the whole thing. Those things are thick.
like mine.
You ate the whole thing?
Yeah.
You couldn't eat spaghetti, but you could eat the pizookie. Make it make sense.
The pizookie was almost 5 hours after we ate.
Oh,
Chick-fil-A.
instead of like 3.
So my stomach had a little bit more time to not be so bloated, but like pasta and meatball, like that's heavy.
Yeah, it is.
That's thick.
It is thick. So, we eat our desserts. And then Orson gave me a couple presents, which was super nice. Well, in the morning, he gave me these
flowers.
He gave, I was gonna say that. He gave me balloons and flowers and a card. And then my presents were this gorgeous Red Taylor's Version vinyl. So beautiful, because if you guys watch the YouTube or any of the reels, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 6 records behind Orson. We don't know any of this.
They are significant.
Yes, they're significant because they were Orson's mom's records who had passed away. But like, we don't know any of that like, we don't know those musics. Those musics. We don't listen to those albums. So eventually we would want to get records that resonate with us and our likes.
Yeah, you know what would be cool
musics, what?
Is if we filled like
why do I keep saying musics?
This entire wall with just records.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
Records are expensive though. Like this was like $50-something because the Taylor Swift ones are so expensive. So very much one at a time whenever we feel like splurging on something that really doesn't even matter. Like just for decor for the podcast because we don't have a record player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
That is funny. You just said we don't have a record player and we're buying all these records. And we don't even have a record player.
I have thought about buying a record player.
Just to make it make sense?
Just to make it make sense. I really don't ever see myself whipping out the record player, playing the record of just that one album.
Maybe
I just don't. I just want to skip. I have different moods. Like I want to listen to like Red, the Taylor Swift's albums, like Red, and then I'll go to Reputation, and then I'll go like I have different moods.
Maybe that'll be.
I don't just want to listen to Red for however many hours that is. Like no offense to all my Red stans, but like no.
Maybe the updated set as we continue to make more money is instead of this being like a little table, we'll have like a record player here with a bunch of records, and it'll be like a record theme studio.
Maybe. Okay, anyways, our little tangent. So yeah, he gave me that, and then a pillow because I've been complaining about my pillow. Yeah, but what was super nice about those presents is I usually am like, okay, Orson, get me this for my birthday, and he does because I give him exactly what I want. But this year I was like, you know what, I can't even think of anything that I want you to spend money on. Like nothing is really like calling my name. Like last year I was pregnant, so I was like, oh, give me a really nice diaper bag that was like $150. So he got me that. That was great. That's all I wanted.
I feel like I always get you 1 or 2 extra things that you never really asked for.
What did you get me last year besides the diaper bag? I don't even remember.
I don't remember either, but I always try to get more than one gift.
Yeah. I'm sure you gave me more than one last year, but the only thing I could think of is the diaper bag. I mean, and you gave me a pillow for the nursery. It was
definitely more baby stuff, huh?
Yeah, it was all baby stuff for sure. Because that's what I wanted.
Like baby stuff you were asking for.
Yeah. So, so what was super nice is I was just making a list of all of the vinyls that I would want for the podcast. And I was like, okay, for sure the first one I would want to get is a Taylor Swift one. Which album do I like the best, or which vibe do I like the best? Because it's really mostly for decor. And I chose Red because, I mean, come on, like that aesthetic is just so cute. And I like a lot of the songs on there. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but yeah, I like it. So he just got me that because I had told him kind of like in passing that I would get that one first. But we weren't planning on doing that for, I don't know, a while. Mm-hmm. And I've just been complaining about my pillow, and like whenever Orson's gone, I would steal his pillow. So he just like got that message. I never had even told him to get me a new one. He just hears my complaints. And so he gave me a new one, which was so thoughtful. So thank you, my love.
You're welcome.
So those were my presents.
How'd you like it?
And then we sat down as a family and I made them watch Rocket Man, the Elton John movie, because my family loves Bohemian Rhapsody, the Queen movie, which is kind of the same vibe, except Bohemian Rhapsody is PG-13 and Rocket Man is rated R, so it's a lot more like raunchy. So they were kind of like scared to watch it. And I made them. And they didn't love it, but it wasn't, they were like 6, 7 out of 10. Like it's a one-time watch, goodbye. But, so they didn't hate it. That was good.
Okay, pause right there for a second.
Oh. Has it been another 30 minutes?
20 minutes. I thought it was at 28.
Oh.
Sorry. All right, you can keep going.
So yeah, that was my actual birthday. So it was just a crazy day. And then our date night, that was my favorite day of this weekend, probably because it was just us two. No offense, Scarlett, love you the most. So my mom watched the baby, and for our date night, I wanted to go to the record store and take pictures of all of the records we would want to buy and all the albums we like, which was so fun. I loved doing that.
The theme that we're kind of wanting to go with is records that we kind of grew up listening to.
Yeah.
And I think we think it'd be fun to have like that kind of music, and because it resonates with us. It's about our childhood, like this and that. And so like a lot of the records you were looking at were like Michael Jackson, Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, like those types of things. And the things that I was looking at was like Lil Wayne, Eminem,
Coldplay.
And Coldplay. Like those were my big three.
Yeah. So I just think it would be fun to have records hanging up on our wall that we actually love.
And to these ones that are on the wall right now, I mean, they're special just in a different way.
Yeah. But we want different ones. So yeah, that was super fun. So after the record store, we went to dinner, and I had a filet mignon and mac and cheese and fries. That is my favorite meal. I love steak, mac and cheese, and fries. Oh, it's just so good. I wish I could eat it. That's just a really expensive dinner. So, because Orson you got, what did you get? A New York strip?
A New York strip and salad and fries. Yeah. Except you ate my fries.
I did.
Because those hurt my stomach. But like, I did not.
Delicious.
I did not do that New York. The flavor of the cook was spot on. Like it was a great piece of meat. But I just don't do like.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah. You're a great piece of meat. That's a great way.
I'm just kidding.
That's like very objectifying.
I know, it was a joke.
Anyways, I have a weird thing with fat on meat.
Yeah, you do.
And as I was eating it, so it's like on the New York strip, there's no bone or anything in it. It's just there's like a thin layer of fat all the way around it, and there's some on the bottom. There's a thicker piece on the bottom as well, but I feel like normal people would eat that. But yeah, I guess I'm not normal with this, because like I was trying to cut off the little pieces of fat, and I'm just like, I'm wasting so much of this right now, and I feel bad doing this.
It
because
was
I'm
really
not
embarrassing.
Doing this. I'm not. I the waiter would come by, and I'd put my napkin over my plate just to like try to hide the fact that I was cutting off so much of it.
I know.
Because I was like embarrassed.
And
I'm
Orson
like,
is not like that at all. He will eat anything.
it's just the texture of like the
So
fat.
that
like,
was weird for me to see him like completely like cut off things he like didn't want to eat, and it was a lot of it. So
it just makes
I
me
felt
gag
bad
for some reason.
I felt bad for you,
But I know the
because-
flavor is in the fatty parts.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I
You should
just
have
need to
gotten
get
the
over
filet
it.
mignon, just like me.
I know. But I
Next
like
time,
being different.
Next time. That's true. You do like to order something different at every place we go. So yeah, that was so delicioso. And then, so like I said, my mom was watching Scarlett. So when we get back home, she was already asleep. So we got to have our own movie night. I chose the movie.
Oh yeah, this
This is getting me heated.
This is.
Well, we're not going to go into everything. But
Well,
this movie, we watched Challengers, okay? Because it's free on Amazon Prime. It was hyped. I don't know. I think it was in the summer because of Zendaya. And you guys, I don't know why everyone said... Okay, the only person in my life, my cousin who had seen it before, his only review was, it was an experience. So I was like, okay. I didn't even really know what it was about. I just knew it was like a tennis movie, and I knew there was like sexy scenes in there. So that's kind of all I really knew. And
really
I liked...
it's really just one scene.
Yeah. But it's still just like weird the whole way.
The energy,
Anyway.
the music.
It was so horrible. If any of you guys listening or watching has seen Challengers, please send me a DM on if you liked it. That was, not kidding, one of the worst movies I've ever seen in a long time. I hated it. The music was weird. I hate movies where like the music is so loud and the audio of their voices are so I'm constantly going back and forth between lowering it when the music's too loud and then putting it way back up when like they're speaking so I can freaking hear them. I hated that. And the music was just like weird and like techno. It was just annoying. And the storyline was awful. It wasn't even about tennis like I thought. It was a love triangle the whole time, but a really toxic love triangle. It was, and it ended just like confusing and stupid. So why do people like this movie? Please tell me, to all you Challengers fans, because I know you're out there, please let me know, because it was so bad. Are people just pretending to like this movie because of Zendaya? Could be me.
Possibly. It was just, I don't know, man. Like that, like I have never really ended watching a movie feeling mad, but like I felt genuinely upset and pissed off after this movie.
You do after scary movies. Because you just hate scary movies.
Yeah, like it just did not make me feel good.
Yeah,
like
that
movies
was one
that
of those
don't
movies.
make me like do something physically to me. Like I hate it. Like it just put me in this weirdest mindset, and it was not healthy. And I was just like,
because the love triangle was so toxic.
Yeah, it just made me mad. I'm just like, this is literally so stupid.
Yeah, it was a horrible movie.
It was like just like cheating.
1 out of 10.
Like,
yes.
And it's just like, so can we just spoiler alert if you are gonna,
spoiler alert for Challengers.
Obviously, I guess we should have said that a while ago. But the love triangle is between two guys that are best friends since they were like 12.
Yeah.
Or a little bit younger. And they're really good tennis players, and they grow up playing tennis together, and they both are thinking about going pro and all this other stuff. And then they, at a youth tournament
or a match,
youth tournament, they're playing doubles, and there's this other girl that is this next prodigy of tennis. Like, she's incredible,
Zendaya.
super good. Yeah, it's Zendaya in the movie. And they watch her play, and the two best friends that are included in this love triangle are just like drooling watching her play. And they go to this party, and then they start talking to her, and they're both just trying to go after her. And
she can't make up her mind with which one she wants.
Yeah, she's just toxic. She's just like, I'm all of this. Like, she has like that energy that she just gets what she wants.
Yeah, which is fine, but she didn't know what she wanted the whole time.
She knows that she's so good that she just can get whatever she wants. I feel like that's kind of what the vibe was of her character in the movie.
Yeah.
Of like, I'm so good at tennis.
Yeah.
I can get anything else that I want. And so just like she was making them do whatever they want. And like the sus scene that she's talking about is
The sus scene.
they were in the hotel room.
We don't need to go into that. That scene has nothing to do with the plot of the movie.
But anyway, the energy of that scene though is just very her character, just like, I'm better than anyone else and I can make anyone do what I want them to do.
It's true. So she ends up marrying one of the friends, and he she ends up getting injured, right? She ends up getting injured and she couldn't play tennis anymore, so that made her project her. Did you fart?
No.
Oh, okay. It smells really bad in here. Maybe Stella farted. Oh my Stella!
Your butt is right next to you.
Ew. I don't know how to recover from that. Ew, you're gross, Stella. Anyway, so she ends up marrying one of the guys, and she just tries to control the narrative of like, oh, I'm gonna make you the best tennis player, whatever. It doesn't even matter. Years go down, they're married, and they have a child together, and then he plays in this other tennis match where the other friend, what?
Raising my hand.
What?
Before she even marries him, she dates his best friend.
Oh, right. So there's a blonde one and a brunette one. She dates the brunette one the whole time.
Only because he beat the blonde one in a tennis match.
Just because he's a better tennis player. Literally, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And then he did her dirty, so she flopped to the blondie. So she marries the blondie. And anyway, years have gone by. They haven't played or talked in a while. They end up happening to play at the same tennis match. So they're all three in the same vicinity again. Mm-hmm. So anyway, lots of stuff happens. But the night before the main tennis match, the final, Zendaya goes and sneaks off with not her husband, with the brunette who she used to date.
Mind you, and she has a kid with a blondie now.
Yeah. Yeah,
they have a little daughter together. Mm-hmm. And like seeing that just like set me, like when she started doing like that.
Well, let me finish.
It to another level.
So she is this bad that we're just like explaining a whole movie, but whatever. So she is in a car alone with him, and she's saying how she wants him to throw the match so that her husband can win for his like self-confidence, because he's really down in the dumps or whatever. And he was like, no, I'm not going to throw the match. And she was like, okay, I'll like F you if you do. And then he was like, okay. So they have sex. She cheats on him. And then she goes back into her hotel room. Her husband's not in the bed. She goes to her daughter's room, and her husband, the blondie, and her child are snuggling up all cute in the bed the night before the main match. Main match happens, and I don't even really know who won. Who won the match? It was so confusing.
I don't like. Yeah.
I think the blondie won.
Dude, I
don't even know. So it was just a horrible movie. Don't see it, please. I beg of you. Thank goodness it was free, and I didn't like. Oh, it's my birthday. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was
anyway,
like,
thank goodness it was free, and I didn't like rent it for $3.
Like at the end of the movie, I was like, Lindsay, I can't believe you just made us watch that stupid ass movie.
And it was long too. It was like 2 hours. It wasn't an hour and a half. Like, it was over 2 hours.
And maybe the fact that we hated it so much is proof that they did their job as actors. I mean, like, maybe we
it's
were
like, supposed to hate them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I think that was probably the point, honestly, as far as like us not liking it and
tell you the point.
Being frustrated. I mean, that was probably what the writers and the directors wanted.
Yeah.
Is for people to hate these characters and be like, wow, they're literally so stupid.
Yeah.
This is dumb. Like, anyways.
So anyway, that ended our night horribly because we just wasted our time. So we go to bed. Now we're at today now, Saturday, and we go to a pizza restaurant with Scarlett, and yeah, it was during her nap time, so she just was She completely missed a nap, which she has never done before because we went back to back from a pizza restaurant to a birthday party. So she did not get to sleep. Thank goodness when we got to the birthday party, she had like a second win because she was like seeing family and there was other kids there. So she was more happy at the birthday party. Thank goodness, because that would have been really hard if we probably would have just had to leave if she was just not having it. We would have had no choice but to leave to put her down for a nap. But like I said, same thing. Scared of her choking the breadstick at the pizza restaurant. And there was just so many people there. There was 14 of us, like I said. So it was just overwhelming. And so just today, when Scarlett, we were both so tired. We took a nap. Oh, so when we got back home, it was like 4:30, which usually Scarlett is well awake until her bedtime. Mm-hmm. But we were both so tired. We were like, we have to put her down for at least an hour so we can take a nap. So we put her down at 4:30 to 5:30. She had a little power nap, which is so late. And even just that hour, we were still both so tired. So she gets up and she's playing, I put on the TV because I just couldn't. And then we go on a walk. We take her outside and throw the ball for our dog Stella to like get us to kind of wake up at 6:30 p.m. Anyway, so Scarlett thankfully only went to sleep like an hour later than she normally does. So instead of 7 p.m., it was 8 p.m. But yeah, it was just a very hectic, very busy day. And I'm just so tired. And what time is it now? Now it's 10:30. So late.
So are you still smelling Stella?
Yeah.
Sound like you're gross.
I think she farted again. Ew.
To me, it's like as I see you sign, it seems like you've had this cloud over your head, and then now you're finally able to just be like, finally.
Like the weekend's over. Tomorrow's Sunday. We're not going to church tomorrow. 0%. We need to just be home.
Well, I mean, I would normally fight that, but tonight I am going to be staying up a lot. I'm trying to edit some videos for clients, so I will be sleeping.
You won't be sleeping. Oh, meaning you'll be sleeping all day Sunday.
Yeah. Anyways, so like normally I would fight you on that, but I won't on that right now.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I'm so sorry if this podcast literally made no sense, but I just needed to tell you guys about what's been going on this week and how going out with the baby is hard. And I do miss how I didn't even have to think twice of like going to a restaurant or what the time of everything is. Like, it's just a little bit harder, but I know that they're only going to be little. I'm saying they as we have multiple kids already, but this time in our life is only going to be a thing for 10 years maybe. Like when they're all like, because I think even if you have like a 6-7-year-old, it still might be not very fun going to a restaurant. Like, I don't really know what age it's like, it's not going to be a pain in the booty to
I
go.
just feel like, though, that's still a choice. Like, we can choose to have fun, or we can choose to be like, this is not going to be fun. So I think it's up to us to make it fun. Okay. I know you don't like that response, but honestly, when it really comes down to it, if we want to have fun, then we just have to choose to have fun with it. Mm-hmm. I know you don't like the response again, but like, so that's the truth.
Anyway, yeah, so hopefully in like 10 years we can go out to a restaurant in peace.
Well, hopefully. Why can't we just do that now?
Babe, we can't. She's too crazy.
We can still have fun.
Like, I'm not going out to a restaurant with her for a long time. I need a break. That's a total lie, because we're going to be going on a cruise and going to restaurants to like sit down. Like, we won't be like eating dinner at home.
Hence a great opportunity to practice choosing
I'm crying.
To have fun.
I'm crying inside. Okay.
That's sad. Like, you've always wanted a baby, and now we have her, and now it's just like, let's choose to have fun with her.
But I'm allowed to be like, going without her when we went on our date was way more relaxing and
Well,
way
yeah,
more
because
enjoyable.
it's just you and me.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable still going with her. It's just a different kind of joy.
I think maybe a lot of it has to do with me stressing out that she's going to choke. Has to be, because she's not even that fussy. She's just taking too big of bites.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's wrap this podcast up so I can go to bed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything else you'd like to say? Because I was yapping this whole episode.
Yeah, I feel like I was just sitting here nodding the whole time.
I'm sorry. Is that annoying?
No.
I wonder if that's annoying for people listening.
I literally just said that just
Sorry.
to tease you. It's really not that big of a deal.
Okay.
It's not that serious.
Okay.
I love hearing your voice.
Thank you. All right. What is the date today? It is October 19th. I don't even know what's like coming up. When is this going to go out? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It'll not come out this Monday, but the next.
Okay, great.
The week before the cruise.
PSA, next week there will not be an episode on, let's see, I believe on November 4th, because we will be on vacation. So next week, so sorry, no episode, but the week after that, we will have something to post. So
no episode, no reels going up that week.
no, just complete, because we're gonna be on the ocean, so like we can't like post things.
Yeah.
Or we can, but who wants to pay for the Wi-Fi? Not me. Like, I just want to chill out.
We also don't have it scheduled, so.
Right. So, but on November 11th, it will be a pre-recorded episode, I believe. So we won't have like the cruise podcast and how everything all went with like my anxiety, like we were talking about, and how everything went until probably the following week. So it won't be for a couple more weeks, whenever we get back and record. But thank you guys so much for listening. I'm happy to be done though. But I love you guys. Peace and love.
Much peace and love.
1, 2, 3. Bye.
Bye.
Get me out of here.
Oh my goodness.
It still is.